All right, so here we're going to be factoring trinomials where a is 1. So if you do a times c, you're going to get the c value. 1 times 12 is 12. So we're looking for factors of 12 that add up to 8. Anytime this sign is positive, that means the same signs. So we're looking at either the same, they are the same, either both positive or both negative. The sign in the middle tells you the sign of the bigger number. So if you ignore the sign, whether they're positive or negative, just look at the bigger number and that's the sign. That sign will match up. So we want two numbers that multiply to get 12 that add to get 8. Ways to multiply and get 12, 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. So the pair that adds up to 8 is 2 and 6. So if you do it the same as we did the last section, you're going to split the middle. And then we'll put them in the boxes, x squared plus 2x plus 6x plus 12, factor by grouping. The greatest common factor of the top row is x. Greatest common factor of the bottom row is 6. 6x divided by 6 is x. Also x squared divided by x is x. And then 12 divided by 6 is 2. 2x divided by x is 2. So we get x plus 6, x plus 2. Now notice, the two numbers that we chose that multiplied to get 12 and added to get 6 are 6 and 2. Those are what's in our final answer. That will happen every time, so we can kind of work with even without the box. We got same signs. Bigger one's positive, so they're both positive. Two numbers that multiply to get 8 and add to get 9. 1 times 8 is 8, 2 times 4 is 8. A pair that adds to 9 is 1 and 8. So we can go right to our final answer. X times x is x squared plus 1 plus 8. You can distribute twice to check. This tells us different signs. Bigger one is positive. We're looking for two numbers that multiply to get negative 24, that add to get positive 5. So the bigger number is negative, so negative 1 times 24 is negative 24. Negative 2 times 12, negative 3 times 8, negative 4 times 6. Which pair adds up to positive 5? So that's a negative 3 and 8. So x times x gives us x squared. We'll have minus 3, and plus 8. You can distribute twice to check. Bigger number here, we got different signs. Bigger one is negative. Two numbers that multiply to get 24, and the bigger one is multiply to get negative 24, and the bigger one is negative. So 1, negative 24, 2, negative 12, 3, negative 8, 4, negative 6. Which pair adds up to negative 2? That's 4 and negative 6. So we'll have factors of x plus 4, x minus 6. Since that's positive, that means same signs, and the bigger one is negative. Two numbers that multiply to get 30, that add to get negative 13. So negative 1, negative 30, negative 2, negative 15, negative 3, negative 10, negative 5, negative 6, which pair adds up to negative 13. And so we see that it's negative 3 and negative 10. Two numbers that multiply to get 11 that add to get 13. We got same and both positive. So 1 times 11 is the only way to get to 11 where they're both positive. They do not add up to 12, so this is prime. If it does not factor, it's prime. Same signs, bigger one's negative. So they're both negative. To multiply and get negative 30, or multiply and get positive 33. Pair that. Sorry, 11. Pair that adds up to negative 14 is negative 3 and negative 11. This tells us different signs. Bigger one is negative. So listing out the ways to multiply and get negative 40 where the bigger one's negative. So that's the pair that works. So we'll have x plus 5x minus 8. We're looking for two numbers that multiply to get 20, that add to get 12. Same signs, both positive. This time we're solving an equation. So after we factor it into x plus 2, x plus 10, we've got a product equal to 0. So we'll set each factor equal to 0 and solve those. Subtract 2 from each side. Subtract 10 from each side. We want two numbers that multiply to get 12 that add to get negative 7. So we've got same signs, and the bigger one is negative. So they're both negative. So the pair that works is negative 3 and negative 4. So we have x minus 3, x minus 4. Product equal to 0, set each factor equal to 0 and solve. Add 3, you get 3, add 4 to both sides, and you get 4. So two solutions, 3 or 4. You got different signs, and the bigger one's negative. Trying to multiply and get negative 30. So the pair that adds up to negative 1 is 5 and negative 6. So we have x plus 5, x minus 6. product equal to 0, set each factor equal to 0 and solve. Subtract 5 from each side. Add 6 to each side and you get 6. So two solutions, either -5 or +6. Different signs, bigger one's negative. So -2 plus +5 is 3, and -2 times 5 is -10. So we have x minus 2x plus 5. Got a product equal to 0, set each factor equal to 0 and solve. So we have two solutions, 2 or -5. Hope you've enjoyed this video. You can check out more on my website.